This Ag Business Update brought to you by American Implement, indebted to the past, committed to the future. In a moment, Kansas Wheat's Justin Gilpin.
When you've had a best friend for over 50 years, you develop a trust. And the Scott Co-op has been a trusted rural friend since 1957. A co-op keeps money in the area, doing business for and with their members. And that helps keep their hometown thriving with keeping money in the community. Scott Co-op is not just an elevator. It's the rural way of doing business. So, when you see an elevator, remember your friends at Scott Co-op.
Would you like to see something done about high gas prices and low unemployment? Western Place Energy in Campus, Kansas is doing something about it. They're a proud part of Growth Energy, America's ethanol supporters, and they employ 38 people and will be adding more following the expansion. Ethanol fuel not only reduces the cost of regular gasoline, it's good for the environment and keeps money right here in the United States while supporting local rural jobs. Western Plains Energy, doing something for the future.
And joining us now is Justin Gilpin, the CEO of Kansas Wheat. Hi, Justin.
Hey, Ken. Good to be with you.
We wanted to catch up with you as we have now made it through midway March, and this past week we've received some precipitation, and this wheat has woke up many parts of the state. The wheat surprisingly looks pretty good right now.
Well, I think, the old adage is the Kansas wheat crop could always use a drink on St. Patrick's Day, and that can really help turn the corner. But boy, when you think about where the crop conditions rating, not only for Kansas, but the whole Southern Plains, with Colorado, Oklahoma, and Texas having less than 10% good to excellent rating. Oklahoma was just over 20% good to excellent rating. Kansas was sitting right at 25% good to excellent rating. I think the whole market was really paying a lot of attention to how dire of conditions we were in because of the lack of moisture that we'd had since October. And of course, the wind events and the extreme weather that we had going into Christmas in the mid-December. So where we were at, where those crop conditions were at, because we had things starting to warm up and we had the plants that were emerged starting to grow and breaking dormancy and needing to use moisture, where we did get moisture last week and what we're getting early this week sure is going to make a difference, Ken. And it's going to turn the corner on those crop conditions ratings in a lot of places. What's good to see.
You and I both know, though, it is still early, and we know Southwest Kansas, we've been talking about that now for 3 or 4 months and know the conditions there, but did get my notice for the wheat tour. So that's one of the things we'll get even a better idea of how those experts look at things.
Well, it's going to get a lot of attention this year, just because of the crop conditions ratings, because of the importance of this year's United States hard red winter wheat crop, and especially in Kansas from a production standpoint, just because of all the geopolitical events that are going on in the world and the market extreme volatility that we're seeing, and with high fertilizer prices and all input costs that farmers are producing. There's just a lot of reasons why the market is on edge, and there's going to be a lot of attention to that tour this year that I think should get a lot of attention, and hopefully we have some good wheat to look at for our farmers.
We're talking with Justin Gilpin, the CEO of Kansas Wheat. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and spend a little more time talking about some of those geopolitical situations, the impact it's having on these wheat markets. So we'll do that in just a moment.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception: keeping electricity affordable.
Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
S&S Trailer Sales, with 2 locations in Ness City, Kansas, is where everybody goes to buy or rent trailers. They feature the all-new, all-aluminum Mauer grain trailer with all of the electric options, the easy-to-load detached trailers, and a huge stock of header trailers. At the west location, you'll find bumper poles, goosenecks, and oilfield specialty trailers, along with flat and utility beds for pickups. S&S Trailer Sales in Ness City and on the web, but remember, you do have to spell out the "and."
And Justin Gilpin, the CEO of Kansas Wheat, is joining us. Justin, as we know, we've been, our hearts and our minds and our eyes have been looking at what's going on in Ukraine. And Ukraine and Kansas have some kindred spirit because both are known as the breadbasket parts of their world. But because of that and other things, this volatility and these really unsustainable, if you will, and unbelievable prices that are on the board right now.
Well, it is certainly unprecedented times, Ken, that we're all witnessing, and of course seeing everything that's unfolding through the news and over social media is really heart wrenching. And when you're talking to younger people trying to explain what is happening and how could something like this take place in our world today, it really puts things really in perspective, and especially when you draw that connection to our farmers in the Southern Plains and Kansas, and the similarities that we have with Ukrainian farmers, and then try to think about the situation that they're in right now, and trying to defend their country and their liberties, and at a time when our farmers are where they should be thinking about planting row crops and watching their wheat crop break dormancy. It's just caused just unbelievable uncertainty and disruption within the marketplace that it's something that none of us have seen before. But the reason why it's causing such volatility is the importance of wheat, as that shift that's happened over the last decade of wheat that's coming out of the Ukraine, Russia, what we used to call the former Soviet Union countries, and that impact to the world market. And since February 23rd, when the invasion happened, with the shutting off of the Black Sea exports for a period of time, certainly nothing is shipping out of the Ukraine right now. There is some wheat starting to move out of Russia, but if you think about with Ukraine and Russia being almost 30% of the world wheat export, that's about 4.5 million metric tons of wheat a month that's expected to come out of the world market out of those areas. And so that's a void that's now having to be filled, and that uncertainty in the marketplace because of, with this old crop shipments disruption that's taking place, that it's going to not only for this year's marketing year, but then to think about the disruption that's going to happen with the crop that should be harvested this summer. That's what's really led to this unprecedented market volatility that's really become a stress test across this value chain that none of us have really seen or witnessed before. It's unnerving is probably the best way I can put it, Ken.
Well, Justin, we appreciate the update that you've given us and staying on top of things. I'm sure this conversation will continue, not only of what the Kansas wheat crop, the winter wheat crop looks like, but also these international situations that are having an impact on the market. So sure appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ken. Always good to be with you. Appreciate it.
Justin Gilpin, the CEO of Kansas Wheat, has joined us. Stay with us. We'll have more in just a moment.
Wolfter Construction and Irrigation has been around a long time, and a lot of folks have trusted them to design, build, and service all sizes of commercial and on-farm storage for grain and equipment. Wolfter is also known for their outstanding irrigation division, where they stock a complete selection of nozzles, regulators, drops, gear drives, electrical, and structure components. Looking for an electric motor? Wolfter has a large selection in single and three-phase. Next time, reach out to the pros who have decades of experience at taking care of business the right way. Wolfter Construction and Irrigation.
KBUF has information for you every day: ag news, market information, and weather forecasts, and all kinds of stuff that helps you make good decisions on the farm and ranch. You can also listen to any Southwind broadcasting station online at westernkansasnews.com. I'm Ken Rogers. Thanks for watching.